Everybody, Steph from That Moon Podcast. I mean, to say the Lakers are in the world of trouble is a massive understatement. I mean, after Game 3, I said Game 4 is a must-win for the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, it was getting late early, and boy, did it get late early in these playoffs for the LA Lakers on the brink of elimination as they head back to Los Angeles at Crypto.com Arena. A lot of pressure. I mean, you know, there was many points of the game where the Lakers seemed like they were in control, then Minnesota takes control. The refs just let the teams kind of play very physical down the stretch. Now, now they reviewed that play and ended up being a foul instead of being ball out of bounds on Anthony Edwards. Not really confused on it looked like the ball's off of Edwards, like it was a clean block, but I guess LeBron hit his hand or something. I'm not really sure, man. But I mean, it's some weird end of games. Knicks game and Pistons. I know people were talking about the foul on 3-point shot with the NBA refs after game report. But nonetheless, this was a good game. Very good game. And Anthony Edwards showed out. Luka Doncic showed up. Okay, but I mean, look, the problem is Luka Doncic, even though despite dropping 38 points, very lazy, poor defense. Had some bad turnovers late. Very sloppy defense. Richard Jefferson on the call called it out many times. I mean, he tried to go run and cover a Randall who was already covered by Reeves, I believe it was. Yeah, and then he leaves Naz Reid open. Naz Reid gets a three. I mean, it was just a horrible sequence. There was many defensive lapses on Luka Doncic's part throughout the game. They tried to mask it and they couldn't. All right, the bench for the Lakers basically non-existent. Okay, Dorian Finney-Smith 6 points. I've said this before. In Gabe Vincent, what did he give you? He gave you nothing in 13 minutes. I don't know what's going on with Gabe Vincent. But again, when the Lakers win, usually these guys are contributing very well off the bench. Okay, and that's not the case. I'm not trying to put this game on those two guys as bench players, but they are important because if you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves bench, more productivity. 12 points from Reed, 8 from DiVincenzo, okay, and 5 from Alexander Walker. Total team effort. I mean, look, guys, this series, I don't want to say it's over, but I mean, for LeBron James to come down from 3-1 at age 40 is a monumental task. Ginormous, almost damn near impossible, okay? But if people still regard LeBron James as the GOAT, if people still regard LeBron James as still a top 5 player in the NBA, then he should be up for the task and get this job done. I am not surprised. I am surprised at a 3-1 lead, but I'm not. If the series was tied at this point, I'm not surprised, right? Okay, Minnesota Timberwolves were going to be a tough opponent going to this series. Okay, but everybody fully expect the Lakers to get through this series. Definitely not unscathed, but you would expect the Lakers. Don't want to be surprised that the Lakers are up 3-1 if the series is tied 2-2. Okay, Anthony Edwards has been the star, in my opinion, of this series. Not only with his play, his scoring, handling the double team, had a monster game tonight with 43 points. I mean, you talk about, before this series started, could he be the face of this series? Because is this a series where he can elevate and be the face of the league? And I know he said he don't care about being the face of the league, but the face of the league can just naturally put you up there. And this series so far is looking like that for Ant-Man. I mean, you talk about just the physicalness. He was playing games, getting physical with LeBron James. It seemed like, he picked up a foul just to say he only took a foul knowing he's being physical. Very savvy for a young player to be smart and just kind of throw some physical antics in there. And then he kind of went off in the second half. I mean, he was getting off in the first half and then he got off in the second half. Played very well. Very well. You can make the case that in this series, Anthony Edwards has looked more of the dynamic player, the best player on the court, the more dynamic player than Luka Doncic. If the Lakers lose this series, boy, is Nico Harrison can finally breathe. Get somewhat relief and is proving people right. I know I don't want to mention Nico Harrison as that can be a trigger name and cause people to get upset. But you know what? If the Lakers go on to lose this series, then we can see what Nico Harrison was talking about when defense was championships, even though he doubled down and got laughed out his own building. I don't know, man. He could be onto something based on the sample size we gotten in this playoff so far with Luka Doncic. It's been a poor effort defensively in Luka Doncic. You can't mask his bad defense. Okay, LeBron James has a terrible turnover inbound the ball. I mean, the game would just seem kind of sloppy for the Lakers and a lack of bench play. The Lakers, if they lose this series now the LeBron James retirement talks and all this stuff is going to come into play at the end of this season. You know what I'm saying? If they lose this series, right? So, there's going to be a lot of new narratives coming out, a lot of new storylines coming out now because no one expected Lakers to be down 3-1 this early in the NBA playoffs, and here we are. Based on how they played, I'm not surprised they're down 3-1. The Minnesota Timberwolves seem to be a much more better defensive team. It seemed like when the Lakers were on a run defensively, when they first got Luka Doncic, was that a mirage, fool's gold? Seemed like they kind of regressed to the means, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have been playing defensively around their average this season. I got to credit Finch, the head coach. I got to credit Julius Randle. Big shout out to Julius Randle. Nobody really thought that Julius Randle would have this type of production and impact defensively and scoring in this series, and he has been the absolute X factor for the running mate that Anthony Edwards needs. Out of all players, Julius Randle was talked about, kind of being the watered down product coming back from New York in that trade for Karl Anthony Towns. And he had some weird moments in the season. It didn't seem like anything was clicking. It seemed like they figured out where to put Julius Randle and put him in great positions to play. And it seemed like he's been a mismatch nightmare for the Lakers, not really knowing how to defend him, and just being a defensive menace as well. Rudy Gobert, look, again, better game this time around, 10 rebounds. All right, so I got to give Gobert some credit here still for a guy with his athleticism, no blocks or anything like that. I mean, damn. But they're not really relying on Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is doing good defensively. I will say that, though. Just not much on the offensive side. But it seemed like Anthony Edwards and Randle in a combination of the bench and Jaden McDaniels has been more than enough. Man, what a tough series for the Lakers. What a tough physical series for the Lakers. The Lakers try to play bully ball, get physical back. It just didn't work. Okay, I just saw a lot of laziness on defense with Luka Doncic, and I'm not going to put this all on him, but definitely a main factor in why they lost. You guys let me know what you think about this whole series so far, and are you surprised that the Lakers are down 3-1? Are you happy the Lakers are down 3-1? No more Lakers in 5 talk. No more Lakers. Can the Lakers get out of this round? Right? Man, they have made this incredibly hard on themselves. Man, thanks for watching. Leave me your thoughts. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.